We're staying in our ground floor plan underscore rev2.dwg file. And we're going to take a closer look at points in AutoCAD and also donuts in AutoCAD. Now, don't get excited. The donuts in AutoCAD, you can't have them with coffee, unfortunately. They are a geometric shape that you can place within AutoCAD. So no need to rush out to your local coffee shop to get coffee. These are geometric donuts, not ones you can eat. Now, you'll notice we're still zoomed in the same place as we were in the previous video, where we worked with the rectangle and the polygon. Select your polygon, or octagon, as you might want to call it. And obviously it's selected there with the grips. Just right click and select move. I'm going to use that object snap there to move it. Left click on the endpoint snap. Move it using the endpoint snap, click again, and there you go. Moved it from one place to another using the move command. Now, we do go into the move command later on, but that's just a quick use of the move command so that we've got some space over here. Now, we're going to generate some bike bays in this sort of landscaped area so that people can bring their bikes to work and cycle to work. So we're going to go up to the Layers panel on the Home tab on the ribbon and click on Layer Properties. Now this opens up the Layer Properties Manager. Now this is all the layers that are in our drawing at the moment. Now what I am going to do is just hover over each of these columns a little and just make them a bit bigger for you so you can see what's going on. So you can see there we've got things like on, freeze, lock. We've also got plot. We've also got color. We've also got line type. So you can see there that each of these individual layers has got its own specific color and line type. You can plot it, lock it, freeze it, turn it on and off. Now we need to create two new layers. So what we do is we go up here to this little icon. Can you see the one with the little yellow star on it? That is your new layer. Click on new layer and you can see it's prompting me there for layer 2. That's a default that it's put in there. So the first one we're going to create is called bike bays. Like that. You might obviously create a slightly more sophisticated layer name based on a standard, like the ones that begin with A on the list, but we're just using bike bays for clarity right now. Press enter to confirm the name. Click on the little color box where it says white. And we're going to select Index Color tab in the dialog, and we're going to come down here and go for Magenta, which is color 6, that little color square there. Color name Magenta pops up, click on OK. So there, Bike Bays, Magenta, keep it as a continuous line type. Click on the new layer icon again. Notice it adopts the magenta color this time. This time the new layer will be Bike Bays, but with an extra bit. So Bike Bays dash and then SO setting out points. Like so. So it's bike bays dash SO for setting out points. Press enter to confirm. So we've got two new layers in our layer list. Now select bike bays SO points. So you can just click on each layer name. Can you see it highlights it? You want bike bays SO points. Hover over it and select it. Click on that little green tick icon there. Makes it the current drafting layer. So you can see there, current layer, bike bays SO points. Click on the cross there and the Layer Properties Manager will close. Now, we need to set a point style now to place our setting out points for our bike bays. So we're going to go right over here to the right-hand side of the Home tab on the ribbon and see where it says Utilities. Click on the flyout there and you can select Point Style. Click on it. That will open up the Point Style dialog. Now what we need to do is select a point style that stands out. The default, the one in black here, is a little dot, which you won't notice any which way. We're going to select this one here. Can you see the circle with the diagonal cross through it? It also looks very similar to the node object snap symbol, and there's a reason for that. You'll see why in a minute. Make sure your point size is 5% set size relative to screen. You'll see why in a minute. Click on OK. Point style is now set. Now, if we go up to the Draw panel now and expand it out and click on the pin, remember we did that last time? And what we're going to look at is this one here, multiple points, so that we can place our setting out points for our bike base. So I click on multiple points, come into the drawing area, and it prompts me to specify a point placement on the dynamic input on the crosshair. Now, I can specify individual points at random locations there, but what happens if I want to be geometrically exact with this point placement. Let's say I want 10 bike bays, all neatly spaced down this vertical side of the landscaping. That would mean I'd have to measure that line, divide it by 10, use a calculator, and so on. Hit escape a couple of times to cancel the command. Look over here on the draw panel. Can you see this one here? If I hover over it, I've got the option to create evenly spaced point objects. I've also got the option to create point objects at measured intervals. You want this one. You want divide. We're going to divide that line into 10 equal bike bays. So we now click on divide. We come into the drawing area and it prompts me to select the object I want to divide. Select the vertical line, click on it, enter the number of segments. We want 10 bike bays, so we type in 10 and we just press enter. And there's our point, using our point scale nice and neatly on that vertical line. Now what I'd like you to do is try something here. Zoom out by rolling back on your wheel on your mouse. Notice the points there stay the same size. Just type regen, R-E-G-E-N. That'll regenerate the drawing. Press enter. Notice they resize to that 5% of screen size that we set in the point style. If I zoom back in again, you'll notice they stay big. Again, type regen, press enter, they go back to 5%. You can also save the drawing. That will also regenerate the drawing as well if you need to do it that way. So we've placed our setting out points now for our bike bays. So we need to change our layer, go up to the layer drop down and select bike bays now. And we're now going to draw a line from each of these points. Now these points are nodes. So see, that's an AutoCAD point, it's an object. So we need to come down to our object snaps here on the status bar, switch node on, like so. See the tick next to it? Click in the drawing area to lose the menu. We're going to go up to the draw panel, click on line there, like so. And then if we hover over that, can you see we get a node snap? And look at the symbol. For node, it's the same as our point style. Just kind of makes it easier to see, if you get what I mean. Click on node. You're going to come out horizontally like that. Can you see? Polar tracking kicks in. And we're going to make each of these bike bays 4 meters long. So we're going to type in 4,000 millimeters. Press enter. And there's our bike bay there, like so. So just press enter again. Job done. So there's our line. Can you see? 4 meters long. Now, all we've got to do now is select that line. Right click on there. Go to copy selection on the shortcut menu. And now the base point is going to be our node. Well, it'll be an endpoint on that line first, obviously. Left click on the endpoint snap. And then just come down to each node. When it says node, click. Work your way down. And there's your bike bays. Going in nice and neatly. And you've got 10 bike bays, all equally the same width, because we use that tool up there in the draw panel, the divide tool. Once you've done that, copy them, each one coming down, just press enter to close the copy command. Job done. Now, the really cool thing is we've used 2 different layers. So the bike bay lines are on the bike bays layer. The setting out points are on the bike bays SO points layer. Now, at the moment, our bike bays are our current drafting layer. If I click on the flyout there and come down here to bike bays SO points, don't click on that layer. Just click on the sun symbol for the bike bay SO points layer and it freezes it. See the little snowflake? If I click on the snowflake again, they come back. But you click on the sun symbol, make sure the snowflake is displayed, and you've frozen that layer so they don't always display on the drawing. Just hit escape a couple of times there just to lose the layer drop down menu. Double click on the wheel now. That'll zoom you to the extents of the visible drawn objects. We're going to go to the layer drop down on the layers panel and use the slider bar. Just slide up to the top there and click on the 0 default layer, like so. Using pan and zoom, we're going to zoom in on the bottom left corner of the building, just so we can see the intersection of this grid line and this grid line. We're then going to create a donut. So that's on the pinned draw panel here. There's the donut command. Right there, creates a filled circle or wide ring. Click on it, come into the drawing area. Inside diameter of the donut is going to be 250. Enter. Outside diameter 500. Enter. And can you see, there's our donut, and it looks like a donut with a hole in the middle. Using the intersection of the two grids, there's the intersection snap there, left click, there's your donut. Press enter to finish. You've now got a setting out point highlighted at the intersection of those two grid lines. Just double click on the wheel to zoom extents. You can see your little donut point there. Can you see it there in the bottom corner? And you can see all your setting out here in your landscaped area as well.